So in this video, I want to talk about the three biggest trends in e-commerce in 2020 today, and also that's going to become even more impactful in the next few years. So beyond that, I'll also be touching on three specific actions that you can take today that's going to help you tap into each one of these three trends, okay? So this video is going to be a bit different from other videos out there talking about the future trends of e-commerce, the future of e-commerce, because in those videos, they usually touch upon a number of different things. They talk about voice search, they talk about drones delivery, they talk about a bunch of things. But they don't really tell you the so what, like, okay, that's cool, but how do you actually leverage that? How do you take advantage of that to grow your own business, okay? And today, that's exactly what I'll be doing. I'll be teaching you how you can leverage these trends to grow your business, or if you don't have a business yet, how you can think about these three trends and build a business on top of it and grow with these trends. So it's not going to be a long video, so just stay and watch this video, because if you miss this, you're missing out on a lot of potential opportunity to grow your business. If you feel like you'd be better off watching some procrastination videos, then go ahead. But in this video, the value I'm providing to you is how can you leverage future trends to grow your business ahead of other competitors, right? And also the second thing is that with the different trends like voice search and drone delivery, they are really not close to maturity. What that means is we are still 5 to 10 years away from those things really being commercialized and implemented on a large scale. So you're not going to see drones delivering Amazon packages in the next few years. No way, right? But what you will see are the trends I'll be talking about in this video. These are things that's happening right now that are very close to maturity of being adopted by the mass market. And so you can actually, these are things that are happening right now, not in the future, and you can take advantage of them right now through the advice, through the action points I'm going to give you in this video. And just to give you some numbers, right, the e-commerce market right now, it's around $4.2 billion, right, $4.2 billion. And that's at 16% of the retail market, a retail sales market. Retail sales is basically when you go out shopping, you buy any physical product, that's retail sales. So 16% really isn't a big percentage, but it's a percentage that's keep on growing, right? So in a few years, it's going to be like 20%, 20 plus percent. And especially right now with the coronavirus, people are trapped indoors. And this percentage, which has traditionally been 16%, has actually increased to 25%. And a lot of people expect this number to stay the same even after the coronavirus, as people get used to this way of making purchases, shopping online, and buying things through the internet. And so what this means is that the e-commerce market is bigger than ever and is way more important for anyone to go into it right now if you're thinking about it. And also it's more important to tap into these trends, because if you can grow with these trends, then you're going to be able to capture a large percentage of the market. So the first trend I want to talk about is what I call personalization and customer engagement. And personalization and customer engagement really has been a golden rule for running a successful business since like the dawn of time. It's not something new to e-commerce business. It's not something new to business, really. It's the concept of, if you serve someone well, they're going to come back to you. They're going to tell others about your company, your business, right? So the question is, how can you serve your customers well? And the key answer is personalization and customer engagement. So what that means is you tailor your services to them. You tailor your marketing messaging to them. In a way that makes them feel very special, right? Because you're not bombarding them with irrelevant messages, irrelevant products. You are specifically tailoring your communication methods, what you're saying to them, your advertising to them, through the behavior and their preferences. And I put this in here as a trend because big data is something that is really powerful in recent years. Big data just basically means the ability to analyze large quantity of data to learn more about your customers or learn more about certain subjects. So big data in our case is using all the information that's available to us to learn more about our customers in a way that's going to allow us to customize our messaging or our product to them. Okay, so today big data is everywhere. Like you can, when you go on Facebook, right? Facebook collects data about you. That's big data that they can use to then run ads to you. Same with Google. When you type in a search term, that becomes part of their big data database. And there are also other kinds of big data. For example, like if you live in a smart home, you have a doorbell, you have a smart doorbell, you have like thermometers, all these bio data from wearables, devices. Fitbit, all these things. But in this video, I'm really concerned about the types of big data that are really mature today. And by mature here, I mean big data that is readily available for small businesses to take advantage of. So namely, that's two things, right? First of all is Facebook, and second of all is Google. These are two big platforms that have allowed us, like individuals or small businesses, to tap into the power of big data. And so the one action item here for you is, if you're running a business right now and you're not using Facebook advertising, you need to tap into Facebook advertising. Not because I think Facebook advertising as a advertising platform is anything like out of the ordinary, but the reason why Facebook is so valuable is because it helps you tap into the power of big data. It helps you find customers using their huge database of information they've collected about users to essentially find very specific users that will be fitted for your business. And out of all the different types of ads in Facebook, there's a type of ad called lookalike, right? And a lot of you would know what this is, but for those who don't, lookalike audiences or lookalike ads are basically where Facebook helps you find similar people to your existing customers. Let me say that again. Facebook uses big data to help you find similar people to your existing customers. And that's powerful because when you have information on who your existing customers are and what they look like in terms of their behavior, their preferences, their demographics, Facebook can take that data to essentially find identical people elsewhere in the world that are not your customers yet and help you convert them into your customers. And so that's a really powerful way of tapping into big data through the Facebook advertising platform. And similarly, if you haven't started a business, then I advise you to start a business and really, again, start learning how to run your Facebook ads. Start learning about how to use at least lookalike audiences, because the value in that is not because it's just an advertising platform, as I mentioned. The value of that is because it taps into the power of big data. So the second trend is mobile, right? Mobile is, everyone knows what mobile is when people go on their smartphones and they make purchases on their phone instead of their computers or their PCs. And the way you think about mobile is not to think about it as an extension of a PC, right? That's how people think about it usually. They think about, mobile is just like a smaller version of PC, a more mobile version of the PC. But it really isn't. You have to think about mobile as an entirely new ecosystem where people essentially migrate from PC users to mobile users, because that's what we're seeing. We're seeing that people, when they start purchasing on mobile or buying food on mobile, they no longer buy on PC. They no longer buy the same things on PC if they can buy it on mobile. And the same with watching videos or movies. So it's not about, they use both PC and mobile. It's actually people migrating or moving from the PC segment towards the mobile phone segment. And that's important because if you're an existing business and you have a website, or you're taking images, shooting videos, right, running ads, all of these things should increasingly be customized to the mobile phone platform. So obviously the ratio, the sizes of your images have to be different, but more important than that is your website. Your website has to be optimized for mobile first. It's no longer the case where it's PC first. You design for like a computer and then you make it fit into a mobile phone, and the PC version looks awesome, but the mobile version just looks okay. That's not good enough anymore. You have to create either another version for mobile, or you create a website that's completely designed for mobile from the ground up, and then you just customize it a little bit for PC. And again, just to give you some numbers, 73% of all e-commerce sales are happening on mobile, right? And I bet you don't really expect that number, but 73%, that's almost like 3 out of 4 people, or 3 out of 4 purchases are happening on a mobile phone. So all your images, all your website have to be optimized for it. So the takeaway is that if you're an existing business, make sure your website, your ads, your pictures are tailored to the mobile platform. And there are many ways to do that. You can specifically find a mobile website builder, or you can go online and look for mobile testing websites where it tests your load speed on mobile phones. It tests how well it loads and how well optimized it is. And then you just make changes based on those recommendations. If you're a new business, obviously when you're building a website, make sure you build it for mobile first. But beyond that, there are many opportunities for apps, right, or kind of third-party add-on softwares to help people improve the experiences of purchasing online. Because right now it's 73% of people buying from mobile, but that's going to increase over time. So you want to maybe consider creating apps that's going to enhance that experience. For example, an app that's going to aggregate a person's deliveries from different platforms and then gives you update on how close your deliveries are to you, when you should pick them up, and things like that, right? That's going to enhance that overall experience. So that's the second trend. And the third and final trend is something a bit more far off in the distance that I think it's going to mature maybe within the next 5 years. But the caveat to this is it's going to apply only to certain industries. It's not going to apply to all industries, but that's going to be what I call interactive product visualization. And what that means is nowadays when you go on a website and you look at a product, usually there are already like a lot of high definition pictures of the product from different angles. But sometimes you'll be able to see like a 360 spin. For example, when you buy shoes, like Nike shoes, you can actually spin the shoe around like 360 and look at the product. So that's what I call, improving the product visualization, because people can really imagine the product as if they're in a store physically. And the next step beyond that is actually AR. So some stores specifically are already using AR to help people visualize their product. So for example, Farfetch already has a function where you can use AR, augmented reality, to put a shoe on your foot to see how it looks. Same with Burrow. They have a feature of AR feature where they place a furniture in your house to see how it fits and how it looks with your surroundings. So obviously, AR as a way to visualize your product is only really going to apply to bigger businesses who have the budget to develop this feature, or specific types of businesses. But as a small business, what this means is that you need to do your best to help your users visualize the product. And that goes beyond just providing specifications, beyond providing dimensions, but you have to take really high quality pictures. And the best way to do that right now is to create a 360 view of your product. It's typically more expensive than just taking images, because the 360 view is essentially like it takes like a bunch of pictures and then consolidate them into like a 360 image. And you can basically do this in some specific facilities and locations where you can search online. But it's really well worth it if you're a bigger business that's already generating several $1,000s or tens of thousands of dollars per month, because it's really going to help people visualize the product and improve your conversion rate. So those are the three biggest trends I have for you guys today. These are the three trends I've analyzed out of all these other e-commerce trends that people talk about, all like 50, 100 of them. These three are the ones that are going to be the most mature, the soonest, and also the ones that's going to have the biggest impacts, but most importantly, the ones that everyone, individuals and small businesses, can really tap into. So I hope this video was helpful. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. And if you like this kind of content about business strategy, how you can grow your small business, how you can grow your startup, then subscribe.